Hey guys, VG456 here, and in this video, it's gonna be something a little bit different, but it's still related to video game music in some way. It's a bit weird. So, if you're not familiar with what this is B3313, or also build 3313, or also known as Eternal Plexus. More than likely, if you're watching this video, you already know this hack actually exists. It's a Super Mario 64 ROM hack that's massive, and I recommend people checking it out if they want to experience it. Of course, when it comes to experiencing this hack, you might ask, which version do I play? Because there's an abandoned build, but then there's also this unabandoned build, but the unabandoned build is labeled as unofficial. That is true. The Unabandoned Hotfix, as well as the original Unabandoned release, is unofficial. It's not actually greenlit by the original creator. And I have no idea if the official 1.0 is still in development or not. Haven't really heard one way or the other. Maybe at some point I should probably try to figure out the answer for that, but that's not really the story for this video. The story of this video is about the Unabandoned Hotfix, and one of the things that I personally don't really like, I understand the reasoning behind it, but it's basically related to the soundtrack in the game. There is a lot of custom music as well as like arrangements of the vanilla music and whatnot. And of course Mario's gonna fall asleep from my topic, but anyways, long story short, because the Unabandoned build is unofficial, they used the music from the abandoned build, but it was without the permission of the composer and the creators and whatnot. So as a result, in the Unabandoned Hotfix, they replaced 7 music tracks, all of which from the same composer, Waste of Blood. And in this painting is going to lead us to one of those music tracks that has been modified. Yeah. So, yeah, this song kind of isn't very good. This is known as Chromatundra, and this is basically an arrangement of that song in particular. And if you're like me, oh jeez, that's awful. Oh jeez, that is ear-gratingly bad. And to make matters worse with this song, guess what happens at the loop point? Yeah, that's definitely seamless. That's totally seamless. Now, obviously, if you're one of those people who really just doesn't like this particular music track, and that's understandable completely, guess what? There is a way to get 5 out of the 7 replaced music tracks in the game. You can the original song still exists in this hack. I kid you not. So I'm gonna go ahead and save state here. We heard that music before, and just to demonstrate I'm not playing games with you, I'll go into the painting again. So yeah, see, the music is the same. However, if I go to a cheat menu, I'm gonna go ahead and enter what I labeled as same music modifier 23. There's a music modifier code for Super Mario 64 where you can input where you can basically use this code to play a certain song from the game file itself, and it will override any music piece from that was originally intended in the first place for the game. So, for example, if you wanted to play like Dire Dire Docks in Hazy Maze Cave in the vanilla game, you could do that if you knew what the music ID is. But in this game, the music modifier code still functions, and because of that, yeah, sounds much better, doesn't it? So, I don't know why this is the case. The music still exists, despite the fact that they probably shouldn't exist. Now, you might be thinking to yourself, oh, well, VG, this is only one example. There's no way that is actually true. Okay, fair enough. I don't blame you for actually thinking that. Basically, it's completely understandable. I just reloaded because I don't want the thing to glitch up. If I do the same modifier, the same music modifier code, for whatever reason, it'll just play the same song over and over again. Or sometimes it'll glitch up and play different music. I haven't figured out what causes that, but... At any rate, so, yeah, basically, all of... Like, I would say all, not all. Most of Waste of Blood's music is still present in the hack, the original. Because if I go here... well, if I choose another music modifier, I'm going to go for 03. That's the ID for another Waste of Blood's composition. And if I go into this painting... Yeah. Okay, that's a first. Okay, something got changed in that level. I don't exactly know what happened there. Okay, give me one moment here. Let me try something else. I do have a like an emergency option here. Was it like, I think it was 4-3? And that works. So yeah. For whatever reason, this melting magma mound is also present. Like, completely present. All set and ready to go. And the same will apply to this song, ID number 45, which is labeled as Big Boo's Forest. Or Big Boo's Fortress, or whatever. So if I go back to that one area again, you can hear Big Boo's Fortress. And the same applies yet again to music ID 6C. And if I go again, warp back to that one area again, because that's actually a pretty good area. The original Solar Tower theme. Now, this doesn't really sound like it would be weird if it wasn't for a few things. The few things is the fact that these music pieces are the only ones that are in the hack that are not used or replaced. Because if I go to, shoot, I don't remember what that one is. Give me 1 second. Okay, so I went ahead and looked to make sure which area I needed to go to, or the music ID I needed to punch in. So I did that. So now if I go to this course again, it will play the new version of Salty Salty Shore. And the same will apply if I do this, although this one is a little bit strange, all things considered. So if I do ID number 29, and again, go to this area, it plays their version, The Balcony. Do you see a problem here? Like, do you see a bit of an unusual issue here? They go through the effort to make replacement music pieces, but they're not in the IDs that they should be in, even though they did it for Salty Salty Shore and Balcony. So you're probably gonna ask me, well, what is the IDs for the replaced music? That's the weird part. They're actually further down on the list. So if I go to, I believe, yeah, 77, ID 77 is actually going to end up being, believe it or not, the new version of Chroma Tundra. However, if I play it in this area, for whatever reason, the music is just completely and totally slower than it should be. Comparative, if I go to, let me get that stage, 11-7. So if I go to course 11, in case anyone's curious, I'm using a star manager to warp here. So, course 11's... Yeah, see? Plays normally. Why? I don't know. I actually don't know. And it's not the only music piece to do that either. Balcony also is similar. For whatever reason, in its actual area, it's slower than what normally plays in any other area, which is very inconsistent. So, what about one of the other music pieces? I think... Was it 78? I don't remember if 78 is one or not. Let's go ahead and check. Yeah, so 78 plays the old version of Cryptic Hideout, which is a remix of Yoshi's Island Castle Fortress theme. I'm not entirely sure why that's added, to be perfectly honest. I'm not sure if anyone knows. That one just seems very unusual, because it's not even replacing a song by Waste of Blood. It's like the only one that's that way. I'm trying to remember where the one song is at. Might take me a little bit, because I didn't actually record that bit. Let's try this one. Yeah, so this is supposed to be their version of Solar Tower, and as you can hear, it's going way faster than normal. Why? Again, your question is as good as mine. And, I believe... Oh. For some reason I had modifier 29 still active, I don't know why. I believe 7A does nothing. Let's go ahead and try this out. Yeah, 29 does nothing. 29? No, 7A did nothing. I think it's 7B where I think that's the music ID for that one. Yeah. 7B is the, supposed to be the replacement for Big Boo's, Fortress. But again, it's not the ID you would expect it to be. So, my confusion about this, why on earth is the music from the Abandoned build still present in the Unabandoned Hotfix? If they went out of their way to fix, quote-unquote, the music, replace it and everything, and heck, they did such with Balcony and Salty Shore, why didn't they do that with the other ones? The one that's supposed to be... The one on the area ID, the music ID 77, should be instead music ID 23 in order to replace Chroma Chandra. They didn't do that. The ID 7B should be replacing the music ID 45. Again, they didn't do that. And, let's see. I think 78 it is. No, 78 I think was the, it's either 78 or 79. One of those. Those should have replaced, the music ID 6C. Again, that's not the case. But there's an even weirder situation, even beyond that. Because if I try music ID 69, this music ID is associated to Lunar Tower, which does play in the Unabandoned Hotfix for some bizarre reason. And it's the daytime version. Now you might be asking me, why is that unusual? That shouldn't be unusual at all. Yeah, that's true, it shouldn't be unusual. If it wasn't for one little fact that actually makes this tear apart completely. This song actually plays in all versions of the hack. In the Abandoned build, in the Unabandoned build, it's whatever. For whatever reason, in the Unabandoned Hotfix, it just plays the nighttime variant. So I have no idea what's going on there. I don't know why they did that in the first place. I don't know why they didn't bother to replace Lunar Tower. I don't know why they didn't fix the music IDs so that way it's in appropriate locations. I don't know any of it. And I don't understand it. It bothers me because they did it for a reason so that way Waste of Blood wouldn't get, like, angry at them or whatever, label content ID flags. This one probably got content ID flagged by him, but either way, I don't understand why they didn't take the extra effort to actually replace the music. Granted, on normal playthrough, you're not going to hear this music. Outside of Lunar Tower, which you're only going to hear in the nighttime variant, but still, it's the same music. So, I don't know, it's confusing to me, I don't understand it. But if you guys really want to have the original music pieces in here, you could do so in the Unabandoned Hotfix. 5 out of 7 of them are still present. I'll leave a link, I'll leave the codes on the description below, and you guys can play them however you wish. So, yep. That's all I really wanted to showcase.